one thing about reading a lot of classic older science fiction and fantasy. It's Clifford D. Simak wouldn't have had a Twitter, or like with his Elmer Fudd-esque speech impediment, like there's no way he would have been on YouTube doing anything. And I'm glad of it. Some of these people, it's just, I'm happy to have a relationship with them where they're a name on a book and I recognize their style and I enjoy their writing and I can come back to them again. We don't need to go this far, you and I. I buy the book, I'll read it, and that's it. And it honestly gets to the point where these days, I think especially, the author almost overtakes the book or becomes more important than the writing that he's done. And you always hear about that too from authors who are like trying to tell you how to write. They'll give you writing tips, but then they'll go, oh, you got to build a brand. You got to build a brand. You got to have an organic, parasocial relationship on these platforms. And you got to hustle and grind, and you got to open the merch store, and you got to have an active presence on Twitter, and you got to go to this concert. I don't want to do any of this. This is just mind numbing and terrible. And I don't care. Like, I don't care about my favorite authors.
It's just,
doing
it comes from this wrong, idea about being an artist, being a writer. Like, people complain about stuff being so, I don't know, like Star Wars and other franchises just becoming soulless.
Yeah.
With like all the merchandise and everything. It's like, but you're going down that path by hustling and like opening them. Yeah. Just doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's such a temptation to open up, get really involved in your fans, or at least anybody who reads your book's lives. You got to let them have the book,
Yeah.
So they don't need you as well. I don't think all the time.
Or if they need you, they need you in the sense of whatever part of you is in the book.
Yeah, that's all they need.
Yeah.
It's like Navin from The Jerk. He's like, it's like, yeah, you get the book. It's like, that's all I need. And then Twitter, that's all I need. And the book and Twitter and the merch store and just
and
keeps
Twitch
and
the super chat and nothing else. Yeah, it's and fair enough. There are some authors who can do it well. Like one example of that is, we talk a lot about Brandon Sanderson, who's this very prolific author who has a presence on YouTube, but he does it well, because he uploads, his writing course that he teaches. And, he's just the kind of person where he can be a winsome presence on camera, but he's not giving you too much of a glimpse into his personal life. He's not doing that to the detriment of his writing. And some people aren't even there for the writing. They watch his lectures and they just like that. But then other people, they do just like the books and they don't care about the other stuff. And that's always been the case. There have always been some people who are good at that. Harlan Ellison's a great example, where he's as much a showman as he is a writer, maybe more so, honestly. But not everybody's like that. And I think the industry has become so much about, you have to be this presence, you have to be this face, you have to be, marketing your own books. And it's like, maybe the industry is diseased and stricken and needs to be shot out back. Have you thought about that? Maybe none of this needs to happen, because this is just, it's like borderline prostitution at this point.
Well, it's like Harlan Ellison. He was hawking his books till his dying day,
I
think. And what was it, one of his collections was called Honorable Whoredom at a penny a word.
At the end, where he sounded like a gravel pit, after multiple strokes, but he was still entertaining.
Probably, I don't know, they never told us where he died. But I'm guessing it was within reach of a typewriter.